गुरवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकायै कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। बद्धे वितनुते भक्तिं मूर्खमावर्तय श्रुतिं यत्कृपात्वमहं वन्दे श्री मदन गोपालकं प्रभु। हरि बोल। Jai Nitai, my dear devotees, how are you all? At the beginning, first, I wish you all happy Mahalaya. What is Mahalaya? Most of the people, they are connecting this Mahalaya with Navaratri. No, it is not connected with Navaratri. Yes, it is just before of Navaratri. It is the ending of Pitri Paksha. 15 days stage, 15 days period for forefathers. How it came? So many people, they are following, they are wishing Mahalaya, Happy Pitri Paksha. They are offering water on this day of Mahalaya. But actually it is not only the day of Mahalaya. During this 15 days period, every day, one can offer water to forefathers, not only on the day of Mahalaya. So, from where it came? Why this 15 days is very special? This story is connected with stage of Mahabharata, the period of Mahabharata, and it's connected with Karna, Data Karna, who was very pious, very religious, a great donor, Data. So all his life, he donated so many things to so many people. Whoever will come to him and ask for something, he gave. He never thought about future, what will happen, future with him. Even just before of Kurukshetra, that great battle, that great war, he donated his shield, Kavacha and Kundala, to Indra, Devaraj Indra, because it was his sankalpa, a vow. After she will take bath in the river, after Surya Pranam, who will come to him and whatever he will ask for donation, she will give. So that day, Devaraj Indra, king of demigods, king of Swarga Loka, he asked for his shield, Kavacha and Kundala. So, he gave it. He was such kind-hearted. So, who donated so many things, who performed so many pious activities, so they'll go to Swarga Loka. So after his death, he went to Swarga Loka. It was very beautiful arrangement for him. And he was very happy. He was very happy and he was very pleased to say this. All the arrangements for him. But when the time came for food, then that time he was served only golds. Only golds. So he asked, oh, gold? How one can eat golds? So, who's serving? They said, oh, I don't know. We don't know anything about this. We should talk with Devaraja. He went to Devarajendra and he asked, hey Devaraj, how one can eat only golds? There is no food for me. Yes, Karna, there is food for you and it's gold. Because when you were there in Prithvi Loka, that time maybe you activities, you donated so many things. That's why you were very famous, a great donor, as a great donor. But my dear, you never offer your forefathers water, Shraddha, Tarpan. So that's why it's the problem. That's why the gold is fixed for you, for your food. If you want, you can eat that. Or you can go to Brahma. Maybe he can do something for you. So he went to Brahma. He described his problems. Brahma said, yes, they are right. You never offer water to your forefathers. But, hey Prajapati, I didn't know about my forefathers. Then Brahma, he described about his forefathers. But how? Maybe now I got that knowledge about my forefathers from you. But now I am here. Already I am here. How I'll solve my problem? Then he said, okay, one more chance for you. But it is only 15 days. And it will be before starting of Devi Paksha. 15 days. Go there to Prithvi Loka for 15 days and offer water to your forefathers. Then it will solve. So Karna, he followed the instruction of Brahma. He came back here. It was only for him that 15 days. So every day he performed tarpana to his forefathers. How Brahma, Prajapati Brahma, he said, he described. And he go back to Swargaloka. And the problem was solved. again he went to Brahma. Hey Brahmadev, if I got these benefits, all my life I offer, and never I thought for myself. Always I was engaged with the betterments for others. So if I can get this 15 days, that period, that benefits, why not others? Please be merciful to everyone. If I performed anything great in my life, so I'm offering that to you. Please fix it for everyone. So from that time, Brahmadev, it was fixed, and that Paksha, that 15 days period known as Pitri Paksha, that means it's offered to forefathers. Because in our life, so many people, they never offer water, tarpana, to forefathers. So if they forgot on the time, then they can follow this 15 days. They can do this on this day, Mahalaya day. Then everything will be solved for them. And Mahalaya, that means Mahat Alaya. When one will offer water tarpan to his forefathers, then they will go to one great place. But my dear devotees, it is not so important for all of them who are following Bhakti path. Yes, it is said following the scriptures. It is said following the scriptures. But at the same time, our forefathers, if they are in Bhakti path, if they are not, if we are following Bhakti path, then it will work for them also. So they are not to wait there in another place, Pitriloka, or another place. They'll go to near to Bhagavan. They will be engaged in the seva if they are following very pure bhakti path. If they also dedicated to be a maid servant of Srimati Radharani, that means they are now in Nikunja Kutir. They are not waiting for our water. They are already there in the great place, greatest place. Why one is offering water? Only to solve the problem for food there, if in Swargaloka. But our target is not Swargaloka. Our target there in Vrindavan, Nikunja Kutir. Our ultimate goal is Nikunja Kutir, Vrindavan, not to Swarga Loka, not to Pitri Loka, not to any other. Maybe it is greatest place, but the highest place is Vrindavan. So our forefather already there in Vrindavan, some of them by their own bhajan, some of them by our bhajan. If we are following carefully, our practice, our bhajan, then so it is not so important for Gauriyas or for Bhaktas, for devotees. Then also it is important. So that's why today is that day, Mahalaya, the ending of Pitru Paksha. And normally from next day Devi Paksha should be stirred. But this year happened something else. Before 2-3 years also it's happened. And it was that from tomorrow, Adhika Maas will start, Purushottama month will start. Adhika Maas means extra? Yes, exactly, it is extra. According to lunar calendar, normally in a year there is 12 months. But this year it will be 13 months, one extra, Adhika Maas. How will notice that? Which month is extra, Adhika month? And it is also known as Mala Masa. Mala means dirt. It is known Adhika Masa. How will know which month is Mala Masa? So when Surya transit from one Rashi to another Rashi, from one zodiac to another zodiac, it is known as Sankranti, that time, that stage, known as Sankranti. Normally we know it is the ending day of one month. The Surya is changing the zodiac. It is known as Sankranti. So when in between two black moon there is no Sankranti, that means transiting of sun from one to another zodiac, we must know that month is Mala Masa. By this name Mala Masa, the meaning will come in that way that this month is contaminated. Yes, actually like this. On this month, you cannot perform any social events like marriage, like Brahman thread ceremony, like fast grain ceremony. This all not possible. But in another way, this month said it is very beneficial for your spiritual practice. Very beneficial. Somehow it is said that observing this Purushottama Brata, that means this 1 month Brata, one can get 1000 Kartik Brata result. It is said. But Kartik Brata is Kartik Brata, Niyam Seva is Niyam Seva. So we should not compare. But in Purana, it is also said that this Adhika month is very rare and very loving to Sri Hari. Bhagavan loves this month most. That's why he named this month. When this month, extra month, that 13th month, it's appeared first time. So she was not happy. Because by name she got that name Mala, that means dirt, contaminated. She was not happy. So she went to Vishnu, Sri Hari, and she cried in front of him. All the other months, they have their Swami. That means they have their own Lord. But I have no Lord. So that's why if one has no Swami, if one girl is no Swami, that means Lord, husband. So for others, she is not a good woman. So in that way, she was lamenting in front of Sri Vishnu. So Sri Vishnu said, okay, if you are not happy, so come with me. Sri Vishnu took her to Golaka, and Sri Krishna was there. She cried to Sri Krishna and described her situation. Krishna said, okay. Then I am accepting you. And you'll know to everyone by my name, Purushottama. Purushottama means who is the best. Who is the best? So you are the best amongst the all months. Maybe you're known as extra, adhika months. But then also, you'll be very powerful, blessed by me. All my mercy will be there if one will observe this month as brata. So he will get the highest benefits in his life. What is the connection of Adhik Mas? It is coming to us every 32.5 months. After every 32.5 months, 1 month will come which is extra, which is known as Adhika Mas. There is not only this, there is also same like another month are there, and that month known as Kshaya month. This month, where is no Sankranti, transit of sun from one to second another zodiac, it is known as Malamas. And if in one lunar month there is two solar Sankranti, two transit of sun from one to another zodiac, that month known as Shayama, like Malamas and Shayamas. But that period, that connection, it is very rare. Sometimes it is coming after 19 years. Sometimes it is coming after 181 years. in my life, in my age, I never noticed that. That Sharma. That in one lunar month there will be two transit, two Sankranti. So the Malamas, Adhikamas, Purushottam. In scriptures there is written so many benefits. And some places also are connected with this. Very nice stories with this month are connected. There was one king, Vashu. He was the emperor of Magad. He arranged and he performed a Vajapeya Yajna, the most highest Yajna, Vajapeya, in Rajagriha, that place known nowadays Rajgir. So there is Brahma Kunda. There is Brahma Kunda. That Brahma Kunda, it is said, the legend is that Brahma Kunda is that place for fire sacrifice, for that Vajapeya Yajna. And he invited everyone. In this Yajna, there was his grandfather, Prajapati Brahma, amongst with all Devatas and Devis. So at the end of that Yajna, there was need to get some holy water, but there was no holy water. So Brahma, Prajapati Brahma, he invited all the holy water. So all the holy water come out from the fire, and it was fulfilled. That place nowadays known as Brahma Kunda. And during this month, long fair are arranged there every Malamas, every Adhikamas. The legend is, during this month, if one will go there and they'll take bath in Brahma Kunda, so they'll get the benefits, most highest pious credits. And same way, in Nepal, there is one place, Machegaon. There is one temple, Matsya Narayan. And that Matsya Narayan is actually the temple of Matsya Avatara. There is also one pond. It is said that Matsya Bhagavan, that means he appeared first in that pond. So the legend is also there. If during this month one will take bath in that pond, so should wash out all his sinful reaction. It will remove all the sinful reaction from his life. There is some gap. Why it is coming every 32.5 months? After every 32.5 months? Because if we just look at two calendar, solar calendar, one solar calendar, one solar year is 365 days. But at the same time, one lunar year, Chandra Varsha, is 354 days. So there is 11 days gap. 11 days gap. Actually, the perfect, it is said the most perfect, the gap is when it is coming, the Adhika month, after every 32 months, 16 days, and it is said 8 Ghatika. 8 Ghatika means just calculate with 24 minutes. So that means near to 3 hours. So every 32 months, 16 days and 3 hours, one Adhika month will come. Because of this, make some alignment between solar and lunar calendar. In every religion there is one extra month. We are saying Purushottam Mas, Malamas. In different religion, in Buddhist, in Jewish, they have also this one extra month. But we know it as Purushottam Mas because Bhagavan, He gave His name, He gave His mercy, He blessed this month with countless benefits. But actually, it was not so popular in Gaurias before. It was not so popular. That's why Gopal Bhatta Goswami in Haribhakti Vilas, he didn't mention it about Purushottam month. There you will find about Chaturmasya, you will find about Kartika Vrata, you will find about everything. About everything we should follow, we must follow. Described there in Haribhakti Vilas. But there is nothing about Purushottam month. And also, in the life story also of our previous acharyas, life in Gauriya Vaishnav Jivani and other Bhaktamal, it was not so described about the glories of Purushottam month, because for Gauriyas, Chaturmasya and Niyam Seva, Kartika Vrata, they are the best for all Gauriyas. But nowadays it's very popular. I don't know from where that influence came. But nowadays it's very popular. Everyone wants to follow this Purushottam month. How we should follow? How we should follow Purushottam month? There is nowhere written actually how to follow Purushottam month. But it is said it's like we should follow like Chaturmasya or like Niyam Seva. We must do some extra. We must do some extra. How we are following, observing the Vrata, Kartika Vrata, Niyam Seva. It is said that time you should continue your lifestyle like a saint, like a brahmachari, sleeping on the ground, not to use any luxurious things like oils on head or body. We should not use oils for cooking. It is good by ghee. We should wake up Brahma Muhurta, very early morning, and we should offer at early morning Mangalarati, and then practices. The main goal is our focus must be there, how we can please Sri Radha Govinda. Chant more and more, extra. How much you can? More and more and more. Follow your life like austerities. Take one-time food once a day. It is also said, if you can, then only once a day take food, and it is not grains, maybe vegetables, maybe fruits. It will be the best. Read granthas, read prayers, stotras, sahasranamas, ashtakas, read Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Bhagavat, Srimad Bhagavat. Everything, all those practice will give us much benefits. How much you will do, it will never destroy. It is said, whatever you will do, the result will never destroy. If you are donating something, that result will never destroy. Otherwise, what is happening? It is said, if you are performing pious credits, pious activities, so then by your pious credits you will go to Swargaloka. But for how long time? For how long time you can stay there? How much pious credits has in your account? Only certain days. When? That means how much, how long I am staying? I am destroying that pious credits. Only by staying there, only by getting their service, so it is normal. So that means pious credits also, when I am going to Swargaloka, it is destroying. But whatever you will do in Purushottama month, the legend is, it will never destroy. It will always be there, it will always give you the benefits. And the focus will be to please Sri Radha, Sri Govinda, by service, by meditation, by chanting, by doing seva of others, Jiva Daya, not only human beings, to animals, plants, everything. And live like a brahmachari. Refrain from cutting beards, hairs, nails. Like Niyam Seva, same like Niyam Seva. Offering every day Pradeep ghee lamps to Radha Govinda at the morning time, at the evening time. Somewhere it is said 33, but it is not. not 33. No number is mentioned. This says because it is 33rd month. Who explained this? About 33 lamps, 33 sweets, 33, every 33. No. There is no importance of this number 33. They calculate it is the 33rd month. That's why they just said you must offer everything 33. No, it is not. Nowhere is mentioned. One lamp is enough. Enough Sri Radha Govinda ghee lamp to morning time to evening time. Read granthas, do kirtan, and live life like a brahmachari. It is the rules and regulation to follow, to observe Brata for Purushottam. But the most important is 2 Ekadashi during this month. One is Shukla Paksha, that means in full moon stage, full moon period, and another is black moon period. That full moon period, Ekadashi known as Padmini Ekadashi. When Maharaj Yudhishthira, he asked to Sri Krishna about the importance of Padmini Ekadashi, he described, Maharaj, this Padmini Ekadashi is very bright, very important. I'm telling you one story. I feel you can realize the importance of this Padmini Ekadashi. You know, when Maharshi Pulastha, he got this news that Kartavirya, he defeated Ravana, King Ravana, 10-headed, 10-faced. Who defeated all the demigods? Ravana. He defeated all the demigods. But Kartavirya, he defeated Ravana and he prisoned him. But by the request of Pulastha Muni, Kartavirya, he allowed him to go. But it was very surprising how Kartavirya, he did it. Because Ravana is a very great warrior, very powerful. So how it's happened? Then Devarshi Narad, he described a very beautiful story. Now Krishna is describing that story of, you know, Maharaj, there was a king, Kirtivirya, from Hai dynasty. He was the king of Mahishmati. Very powerful, great warrior, and very rich. He had 1,000 wives, but no children. There was no descendant, so he was not happy for that. So many things he performed for that. To get a children, son, daughter, anything, anyone. But all his trying was just failed. So he decided to go to observe great austerities. And he just gave authority to his minister, main minister, prime minister, to control the kingdom, and he left everything behind him, even all his ornaments. He just wore the skins of trees. And one of his wife followed him. She was the daughter of King Havishchandra. She was also very religious. So when she noticed that her husband going for austerities, so she felt, oh, my husband is going, then what I should do here in the palace? She went with him there in Mandar mountain, and there Maharaj Kirtivirya, he started to do his tapasya, penance, great penance. You know how many days it was? 10,000 years. Not 1 or 2 years, it was 10,000 years. But then also nothing happened. His wife Padmini, she was taking care of king, but she noticed day by day her husband becomes very thin, very weak, and if it will not finish, very soon he will die. So she went to Devi Anuswa, wife of Maharshi Atri, and she asked, she described everything, and Maharshi, that Devi Anuswa, advised her, listen, my son, my daughter, after every 32 months, that means every third year, 1 month is coming which is known as extra Adhika Mas, Purushottam. If you can follow that Adhika Mas, and mainly in that Adhika month there is one Ekadashi from full moon period named Padmini. If you can observe that Padmini Ekadashi, so maybe Bhagavan will be pleased. So she just followed her instruction. And Bhagavan, he appeared just after Ekadashi. And he asked, what I should do for you? Padmini said, you have not to do anything for me. If you want to do something, do for my husband. Because he is meditating on you. So Narayana, Keshava, Kleshanasana, he called Kirtivirya. Maharaj, please ask me whatever you want. For you, your wife Padmini pleased me. So Maharaj, hey Yudhishthira, Maharaj Kirtivirya, he wants such children, son, who can defeat everyone, but she will never be defeated by anyone, not by demigods, not by asuras, not by anyone. Then he got as his son Kartavirya. Hey Maharaj, it was the result of Padmini Ekadashi. There is another Ekadashi from Black Moon period. It is known as Parama Ekadashi. It is also very, very important and powerful. Again, Krishna is describing the story. Maharaj, I heard this story in the village Kampilya. There was one Brahman named Sumedh. She was very pious, very religious, and his wife also. But by their ignorance something happened, maybe some sinful activities. So, money stops to come to him, wealth stops to come to him, Lakshmi stops to come to him. How they can spend their life without food, without anything. So he decided to go somewhere for austerities to get much money. But his wife, she stops him. She stops him. She said, "Hey Brahman, maybe in our last life we never offer anything to any Brahmanas, Vaishnavas, poor. So we should wait here." Brahman accepted. So once happened, Maharshi Kaundinya, he came there in that city, Kampilya, and she was invited by Sumedh, that Brahman. They served very well, and Kaundinya, Saga Kaundinya was very satisfied and happy. So he asked, "What do you want?" So the wife of Sumedh, she said, she described everything. "Hey great Saga, my husband just before some days he decided to go another place. So please tell us how to remove our poverty from us." Then Maharshi Kaundinya said, "Okay, there is one way. You have to follow Pancharatrik Vrata and Parama Ekadashi. Pancharatrik Vrata means 5 days Vrata." So he described that Pancharatrik Vrata and what they had to do in these 5 days. So the wife, she followed, and not only she pushed her husband to follow them. So at the end of their day, you know what's happened? The prince of that kingdom, he came with a big chariot with so much gold, so much ornaments, so much money to Sumedh. by himself. No one invited him. But then also he came. And he offered that chariot, a very beautiful house, and so much wealth, which is more than enough for that. Who will follow this Pancharatrik Brata and Parama Ekadasi, she will get the same result. It is said, Kuber, first he followed, he observed this Parama Ekadasi Brat, and it was, he offered this Brat to Devadidev Mahadev, and Mahadev appointed him as Kuber, the financial minister. So these two Ekadasi are very important during this month of Purushottam. So my dear friends, who are following this Pancharatrik, who are following this Purushottama month, Adhika month, we should everyone, may Sri Nitai support and empower you to observe this Brata this month. Again, I'll remind you, you have to follow this month as like Niyam Seva month. And also you can listen again. I clear it by point. So my dear friends, it was the story of Purushottama Maas, Mala Maas, Adhika Maas. Tomorrow we'll continue our topic, Raya Ramananda Sangha. Now the time to meet my dear friends who are there. Radha Vinodini Dashi, Radhe Radhe, Koruna Janitai Koruna, Sujan Oman Trilokananda Dashi, Tota Gopinath Das, Radha Janitai Krishna Dashi, Radhe Radhe Ravji, Toshi Das, Manju Devnath, Sujan Oman, Gaurangi Devi Dashi, Monika Vishwas, Purnima Sarkar, Mithu Dev, Mustudev, Titu, Sajiv Ghosh, Dipayan Ghosh, Sonali Das, Vishnu Das, Rakhi Roy, Papri De, Subrata Chaudhary, Pali De, Samrat Saha, Ananda Kani, Pankaj Das, Lakshman Das, Ashok Saha, Samon, Kajal Bonik, Rinku Mandal, Bijoy Pal, Sanjay Bonik, Namita Acharya, Tota Gopinath Das, Tapos Rai, Kripa Sindhu, Jaydev, Radha Krishna Das, Niranjan Das, Lalita Ghosh, Ananda Das, Damayanti Dashi. So my dear friends, today's Katha is taking rest here now. We will meet again tomorrow, 3 p.m. So for today, Haribo, Jai Nitai.